guys, Nate here. Today we're talking about our female Channoides.
Yep, so they're set up in this 10-gallon planted tank. We originally bought 2 pairs from an importer from Indonesia.
Of course, they bred right away.
Yeah, they did. They bred the first 4 days that we had them. So to make a long story short, in this tank we have 2 females in here. The males have since been removed, and I sent them over to their own tank. So each male's living in his own individual tank, trying to keep those guys from breeding. We're not ready for more fry. We have 26 fry from the first batch.
True.
And I basically just want them to condition and grow up a little bit more and be more mature. I would really like the males to take care of the fry on their own after the eggs hatch.
It's not necessary for us to have so much fry that we have to take care of, because we have a 10-gallon full of white cod minnows, gouramis, and Channos down
That's
here.
right. So basically there's 2 small Channo in this tank. There's one of the small females in the left-hand corner right there. And it's probably the other females somewhere on the other side hiding. And the males are way more colorful. They're brick red. I'll tell you what, this tank is pretty much a low maintenance planted tank, and it turned out
Pretty much to 20 gallons.
to look really cool. Tiger Lily looks like it's doing well. Tiger Lotus, is it?
Yes,
Tiger Lotus. Okay, so the Tiger Lotus seems like it's doing really well. We have a number of different plants in here that are doing well. Some floating plants.
Floating pothos.
And some terrestrial pothos growing out of the top.
Little pothos.
Yeah, it's a great plant. It helps export nutrients. It loves a lot of water. Java fern in the middle of the tank, middle of the tank, doing really well. Substrate is fluval stratum, which is my basically my new go-to substrate. The best substrate I've used so far for low pH acidic tanks. We like to try to keep these Channo tanks at about 6.0 to 6.2, and the stratum is about 6.5 out of the bag. So with driftwood, Indian almond leaves, some alder cones.
We like to keep it pretty low because of the almond leaves. Because without the almond leaves, I have to guess that our pH would be about 7.2.
Yeah, that's about right. That's basically what our pH runs right out of the tap. So I'm going to open up the lid to this tank and show you some of the stuff inside. So basically what we do is I use this swing arm right here.
It's one of the best lamps that ever for a fish tank, because
For us, I like reptile style lighting, so we could swing that swing arm out, and with wild bettas and other labyrinth fishes, it's very important to maintain humidity inside the air.
Because the bettas have this organ called the Jacob's lung, and they use, because if you're new at aquatics, you get your first fish is a betta, make sure it has a lid. If you have it as fry, make sure you give it a lid, because the humidity helps the Jacob's organ develop. Because we have gouramis that we bred from our honeys, and they didn't do so good because we didn't have a cap for them. So now we know that to never ever take a cap off a betta's thing unless you're feeding them or doing water change. And it's also safe to keep a lid on so your fish don't jump out.
Yep, so like Nate said, it's important to keep lids on your labyrinth fish aquariums,
Yeah, because
for the development of the Jacob's organ, and also to keep them from bouncing. I've already lost a few fish from tanks that are open, and I refuse to sacrifice any more fish that way. Yep. So
because the bettas, we love bettas, they're the best.
yeah, my biggest concern about lids was that it would impede the light getting to the plants, and it has not affected the light at all. getting to these plants. Now, granted, these plants are, I would consider low light plants. Doesn't really need a whole lot of light, and I'm hitting them with a 20 watt 6500 Kelvin CFL bulb. But hey, can't argue. They're growing. So that's it with that right there. And just swing the swing arm back. There's the bulb. You know, so basically, I'm very happy with the way this tank turned out. This tank was not intended to be a classic Planet Aquarium. This tank was designed and set up specifically for these particular bettas that we have here, and they enjoy it. They love it. So, like I said, in this tank are 2 females. The males are in their own little 2.5 gallon tanks individually, and we're conditioning them since they went some time without eating, since both males spent some time carrying eggs. And that's pretty much it. So, if you haven't already subscribed to FunctionBuilt-Aquatics,
make sure you subscribe and leave a like in the description below.
Yep, Nate and I appreciate you checking out our videos. This is a father and son enjoying this hobby together. And hey, what else can we ask for? Thanks.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.